And yesterday's show was going along sweetly for 90 minutes, and then we thought World War III was about to happen. The Iranian, they launched 14 missiles, of course, at a US airbase, Al Udeid, in Qatar. Trump watched that, then he thanked them. It all sort of calmed down. Just wanted a quick update. Hamish De Bretton Gordon, former British Army Colonel. Hamish, a very good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Very well. Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Delighted. I literally, yesterday, World War III started at 4:20, and by 7:15, it all calmed down an awful lot. And that's an extraordinary thing whereby Donald Trump sort of thanked them for giving prior notice. And I was sitting here sort of saying to the listeners, is that tokenism? Because, you know, you retaliate, you haven't injured anybody, you've given us warning, everybody's had a moment, they can tell the Iranian people they've done it, let's get on with our lives. But then overnight, of course, the orange man baby thought he got a ceasefire in his hands and it all went wrong.
Well, absolutely. I mean, really challenging times, as you say. I think the bottom line is that Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has been completely humiliated. And as you say, Donald Trump, this is his great success story. This is his ticket to his Nobel Peace Prize. So I think certainly when it appears that the Iranians were attacking again this morning, to his great disgust, then, you know, he got pretty angst and used some pretty unprecedented language.
Well, I want to play this clip. If you've been at work all day and you've missed this, this is the first time in living history that an American president has used the F word. Have a listen.
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
And literally goes and gets in Air Force, whatever it is. One understands his frustration, probably for the reasons that you say, but he puts himself out there as something. He said it about the Russian-Ukrainian war. You know, I'm going to deal with this in 24 hours. That hasn't materialised. You actually think he's made progress in this Israel and Iran situation, yeah?
Well, I do. I think first of all, as far as we're concerned here in the UK, what he's about to do in the Netherlands with NATO is far more important. But let's just look at what they've achieved in Iran. You know, the $1 trillion Iranian nuclear weapons program is up in smoke. You know, whatever other experts are saying, I don't think the Iranians are making a nuclear bomb anytime soon. So that is really good. And it would appear that at least at the moment, there will be peace in the Middle East, because there's nobody rushing to help the Iranians, no. Certainly not Putin. So he gets a tick, very good from me, certainly. Let's hope he can spread some of that gold dust in the Netherlands, because what is really important to us, and you know, people are getting very vexed today by apparently there are going to be exercises to prepare the UK in case of attack from Russia. Well, you know, that might well be the case. If Ukraine falls to the Russians, we will be at war with them. So
this NATO summit in the Netherlands you're talking about, this is bound to send me over the edge as well. No, this is Starmer's hot-footing it anyway, not to be in this country and face the music, where he's going to guarantee that NATO, from a British point of view, our GDP 5%. It's currently at 2. We're trying to get it to 2.5. Can I just say this about, and I took complete aim at the Tories, by the way, Hamish. I think it's a disgrace over the last 20 years. I know there's been a Cold War, but I think it's a disgrace that the military and defence in every aspect has been such an easy target for successive governments to cut. We find ourselves with, what, 74,000 troops? We've had 150,000 migrants in the last year or something. So I think it's a ludicrous situation. But I did stick up for Trump massively on this, and I'd love your take. When he was inaugurated, he said, I'm not paying all of this money if the member states aren't making an effort, and many weren't paying enough. And it has to be said that on that instance, if we believe it to be true that they are all going to raise their involvement, that's a good thing, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I'm with you here, Jeremy. We have so overspent the peace dividend in the last 20 years that it's not surprising we're in the position that we are. And Trump has come up with a few home truths here. You know, why should the Americans pay for our security? You know, we still expect them to come steaming over the Atlantic if the stuff really hits the fan, and I'm sure they will. But it's up to us to make sure that we have a credible conventional deterrence, which when Putin looks west on the 24th of February 2022, he didn't see anything that was going to put him off. So it is our fault. We are now committing to, I mean, the 5%, half of that is sort of security and other spending as well, but it is still going in the right directions. Even the Germans now are going to put in an extra 200 billion euros. So I think, yeah, Europe is waking up, and actually Europe European NATO countries collectively far overmatch the Russians. So now that the Russian air defences have been demonstrated to be pretty pathetic in Iran, let's hope people can flex their muscles a bit, and Trump can get Putin to the ceasefire negotiation table and sort this out, as he appears to have done so in the Middle East.
Hamish, great to have you on. It always is, my friend.